gathered all I wonder how I managed to live this without the knowledge of your fatherhood, your loving care. But now I am your child, I am adopted in your family, and I will never be alone. I love your every time, and I will sing your praises. I will sing your praises. I will sing your praises forevermore, and I will sing your praises. I will sing your praises. I will sing your praises forevermore.
He's very nice. أبونا داود لما قالها في الكامب very nice. All right. Name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, one God. Amen. Today I want to talk about 2 points. 2 points. Number 1, how we prepare Sunday school class. Number 2, how we deliver the lesson after we prepare. Why we give this? Because I give this last week was in our church, because a lot of kids, you ask them after the Sunday school class, what you remember? Nothing. Did you attend? Yes. What they was talking about, they can't remember anything. The kids, I can't blame the kids all the time, but the way we deliver the message, sometimes they not good strong to attract their attention. So number 1, we talk about how we prepare the lesson. And the second part of this talk, it's how we deliver the lesson. Number 1, to prepare the lesson, you can't prepare the lesson without the prayer, because we can't give anything from ours. We give from God. And the God, we ask Him, what you want to teach these kids? What you want to tell them? Because without Him, we're nothing. He wants to deliver. Sometimes, honest, sometimes we're stuck with topic. I have sermon every month in one of the church, and I know that sermon from months to months, which one I talk about. And until last week, until last day, I don't know what I'm talking about. I will ask Him and pray, God, please. And He found the idea come like this. So without His help, we can't deliver the message. You can prepare a very good topic, but He didn't help, He didn't open people's hearts, they're not going to listen. So number 1, before we do anything, we pray. Number 2, you have to have at least 1 week. I know next week I give the lesson, so at least I have 1 week. All this week I was thinking about how I deliver this lesson or give this lesson with different idea. Not the same way like everyone give, because the kids, the same stories, they hear it all the time. So how you can give it different way? How you think to attract attention with different way? To have all this week with one topic, prepare all the paperwork, what you want to do. Read books, read explanation. If you need to hear a sermon, if you need to watch a video for sent, to watch what all happening, to put all the story in your mind. And after you get everything in front of you, you sit and prepare the writing. To prepare the writing, very important, you need to put something called introduction. What's the introduction? If the introduction attractive to the topic, everyone will listen. If we talk about St. George, how can I give introduction like this? Who in the class, his name St. George? Why you think we call our church St. George? Why everyone loves St. George? Come, we talk about St. George to see why people love St. George. We see out of his story what we learn from St. George. Introduction to attract the kids. What we're talking about. Why we need to learn this. Why we say this story. We're not coming to say a story like little kids before we sleep. We give religion. We give Christ to the kids. This is the best time you give kids. When they grow very hard. Very hard. If he didn't in the church, if he not be in the church from now, when he grow, very hard to get him. So that's the best time. And it's the best faith. If you tell him Jesus goes across, he believes Jesus goes across. If you tell him Jesus, he opens the blind man's eye, he never argues you. But someone old, you tell him, he will argue, tell me from where he get it, what this, what that, and argue. So that's the best time he gives him knowledge and information and religion and Christianity. So number 1, before we do the topic, we pray. Number 2, we collect all the material. And if you're using the internet, you have to be very careful. Very careful. Read it once and twice because you don't know who put it in the internet. You don't know who resource is coming from. And to deliver something and very dangerous. One of the classes I was attending, one of the sermons in our church or any church, I go any class. And the servant, when she was giving a story of St. Mark. She gives when St. Mark went and Enianus, he got the needles in his hand. They call it ow. You know, ow? That's right. The big needles, what they call in English. Ow. Something like this. She said instead of this, there was a big needle, she thought that ow, the bird come and bite Enianus. Okay, look how different. But the servant to give a lesson of St. Mark, and actually she don't know the lesson, our story of St. Mark, she not understand Enianus, he was doing like shoes maker and use the needle. She thinking the bird coming and bite the person. And St. Mark, he healed his hand. Look how was the difference. So we need to read all the resource. We need to understand the lesson we're giving. We're not just coming and give lesson and see you later. We need to make sure we give the right material and right delivery and right message for the kids. After you prepare all the points, put the aim of the lesson in front of you. Out of this lesson, I want them to learn what? They learn to pray before they do anything, like St. George, before he had the poison, he was praying, God heal him. Or prepare them to know our faith very strong and they don't ever try to change your faith or listen to someone's faith unless you know what's happening. Or what I want to learn out of St. George's story. The aim of the lesson, you will get the aim of the lesson, so you put in your eye in front of you since you start. You do the introduction, you do the body of the lesson divided in 4 points, 5 points. So if you missed 1 point, you will know. Write it down. Number 1, I talk about his childhood. Number 2, when he was used. Number 3, when he's martyr. Number 4, I can have 1 or 2 miracles. So the kids love some story like this. So you put the lesson in 4 or 5 points, so easy for you to follow. After you give the lesson and you do the introduction, all this one, if you have video, little part, if you have picture, if you have some exercise, especially what age you're serving, that's everyone different, it's very important. Before you finish, that's the conclusion. The conclusion is the last minute the kids will remember what you give. This conclusion, just to conclude the story in 2-3 minutes, and last minute the aim. So when he go out, you're not going to ask him, what we learned from the story today? You have not successful lesson, because should be include the lesson, should be all the point concentrate about the aim, and in the end the conclusion he already know. Before we start to eat, we have to sign of the cross, or before we start to study, we have to sign the cross, or what? Because he stressed this point all the time. So that the aim was from beginning, you're watching and you follow until the end, so the kids, they know the aim in the end. How long do we give our lesson, or how long is these kids concentrate? Mostly of the psychology people, they said the age plus number 5. If I have kids year 4, how old year 4? 9 years? Put number 5. So how many minutes they can concentrate? 14 minutes, and after you will find them start to talk to each other, they start to look out, you have to do some different technique to attract their attention again. Okay, that should be mostly how you prepare the lesson. How you deliver the lesson, that's very important. If you prepare the lesson, you prepare your material, you do everything perfectly, how much percentage to deliver a successful lesson you think? 7%. If you deliver the lesson, good lesson, you use your body language, eye contact, and the question technique, give you 97%. Sometimes from your body language, you can send the message more strong than you said verbally. Remember the story of Jesus and St. Peter. When St. Peter denied Jesus, what Jesus done to him? Did he told him anything? He just one eye contact. And what happened to Peter? He went outside and was weeping with tears. Why? Jesus didn't talk to him, but just eye contact. So to deliver the lesson, you have to use this technique. Don't start with the same tone of voice and until the end the same tone of voice. If I speak about St. George, I give him tone of voice. If I speak about the king told him, you change your voice. If you speak about the crown from heaven coming his head, you use your hand and body language. So you start, do the body language. Our body language, God, he gave us very good talent. We can use it to deliver the message. Why people vote for the politician before they elect them? Did these people done anything? No. 90% of them liar. 90% they promise something and they never deliver. But why people elect them? After the speech, everyone he thinks they change the world. But really they do anything? No, but the way they deliver the message, they make everyone believe in them. The way they stress their point, and we change that, we do that, we have to do that, we are free country, we, everyone follows him. Obama, he been how long now? This second year? Did he change anything? Even he didn't change himself. The American people and all the world, they choose black one, he can change, he do this. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Okay? So very important, you have to learn how to use your body language. How to use your question technique. Especially if you're giving the lesson and the kids start to ask a question, don't let them to put you in question and get you out of the lesson. Okay? Very important. Some of them very smart. To give you a question you never can answer, and to answer this question can take half of the lesson. Who died first, Adam or Eve? Why God created us? Why we have to come to the church? And why this or that? If you start answer, you're out of the lesson. So don't take any question during the lesson unless they are related to the lesson. And in the middle, you have to use something called a reflective question. What's reflective question? St. George died when he was 23 years old. So Marina, how old was St. George when he died? So in this point, I know she concentrated and she heard me. Next one, his country was Cambodia. So Daniel, which country come from? You know how you make how you make people to understand they follow or not. Special, no mobile phone in the class at all. They switch it off because if they start, one of the class I was 2 weeks ago or last week, one of the kids they play game and the servant giving the lesson. He not here. He had a paper. He want to come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ahmedak ya Rab, and they go out. No, it's not about this. If you give 2 points or 3 points and the kids understand, very important. You not have to, like medicine, you have to give all the medicine so they be full. No, you can't do something like this. You can't do something like this. Let the kids understand what we need to talk about. Let them happy to have Sunday school. The servants, they take it very serious. It's not successful. Try to be smiling with the kids. Friendly atmosphere. Because now their parents force them to come, but later on they're not coming. No one can force them. I remember this was one class I went to was year 6, and someone year 6, about 12 years old, was crying in the class. So I took him outside. I said, what happened? He now married and got kids. He told me, I hate Sunday school. I said, why? He said, his dad hit him to go today Sunday school. So I told him, all right, just to go wash your face and come back. He washed his face, he escaped again. I asked the servant of the class, did you visit him? He said, no. I said, how long are you serving this class? He said, 2-3 years. I said, you know this person have problem? He said, I know this family problem, I doesn't want to get involved. I told them, when you want to change the class? Next week I move him. 3 years, this person have a problem. He didn't get someone of coordinator to fix it or get Abuna involved or something, and he thinks that's family problem, not him. Someone crying in the class, definitely this is a big problem. Okay, definitely when this boy grow, he never comes to church because this is the time he can say his parents no. They can't force him. They can't force him. So this is the time the kids are coming. You have to make it nice atmosphere, smiling friendly way, talk to them all the time, send them message, give them nice business card. I saw some of the cards with verses was beautiful. I was very happy today. Some stuff like this in the Christmas or Easter, send them postcard before, makes them important. The best way we have the service, the relationship between the kids and the servants. That's the best way you get the kids in the church. And the best way you get the kids in the church when they have a friend from the church. Even if he doesn't want to come to see you, he coming to see his friend, but he coming. And the activity, make interesting activity. Go play with them outside after Sunday school. Sit with them outside in the sun. Very important, because Some of the kids, I was one of the church too, who was playing soccer after Sunday school. The time we decided to play soccer after Sunday school, all Sunday school was full. Why? Because the kids are coming to play, and fair enough. But at least they come attend the mass, they attend Sunday school, and we play with them. That's what we need. Not everything about religion. You can deliver good message when you play with him. You can give very good message when you be in the camp with him. So you have to use your body language, your hand, tone of voice, your eye contact, very important. You use your question technique, and always remember, Jesus himself was using this technique. When the people ask him question, to put him in any problem, he asks them reflective question. Tell him, what about the baptism of John? From here or from upstairs? All quiet. They can't answer. Because they found something for him to say his blasphemy or anything, but they can't. How many times we see a teacher in his mathematics or science or anything, his profession, his subject, but he can't deliver the subject? How many we see someone just a basic, but the way he delivers his subject, everyone in the class understand? How many times we have a teacher, we love him and we love his class, and how many times we have a teacher, we hate his class and we escape or not attending from his lecture or class, whatever? Yes or no? So make it easy, nice atmosphere. End of the year, God will get every one of you and me and will ask me, you have 12 or 10 or 15 kids, I give it to you for 1 year. What you done? Or can I give you another chance for next year to give food to this tree and to water it? And we will ask you again, or what happened to your tree and talent? I gave it to you for 1 year. So always remember, these kids, God put it in our hands, and he will ask us about these kids end of the day. All right? Very important. Present too. Give present. Give present. If you can't afford it, we can make account on the bookshop like we have in the church, and the servant take some of the account and the church pay. The church paid back, because the most important than anything, the kids themselves. We don't care about construction, we don't care about building, we care about the spirit or soul. You bring the soul to the church, these are people get the money. And they never will see any church stop because of the funding or anything. Get present to the kids, try to visit the kids, have a good, strong relationship between you and them. Glory be to God forever and ever. Amen. Any question? Easy one or hard one?
I don't know. In terms of teaching an older class, like year 11 and 12, how do you balance between being their friend and being their Sunday school teacher? Because sometimes when you're their friend, they sort of abuse that and then they don't listen to you in class.
It's a very important point. And to put someone in year 11 and 12, with all your respect, we put someone who's old enough and we put someone young enough, young close to them, but not the similar age or 2-3 years different. They have to understand we are a friend, but like we said outside, work is work. I can be very friendly with the servant, with everyone, but to come to you move your line, I have to show you the black and white. Excuse me? No, I don't like to talk to me this way. I'm sorry, I'm not accept what you're telling me. You know, you have to be very, because that's a very serious point. Work is work and the friend is friend. When I be in the church and someone call me by my name, I'm not accepted. I tell them, here you call me uncle. Outside we'll finish that different story. But they have to learn to respect you in the church. Outside the church we're friends, we're respectable, the same atmosphere, everything, but we have line. Because when you come serious, they understand and they know the line. Because when you are a friend and you mix this line and when you talk, they can laugh. When you give the lessons, you not respect, you find them talking, guys, please, no, finish, you lost it. And if you can't control it, especially very close age, you can ask Abuna to put someone a little bit older. It's very, very serious. In our church, you put someone old with someone young. He balances it. But they love the young one. Their story definitely better than the old, because you talk the The same talks they understand, the same language. Not English, the same language for close age. Yes, Marina.
With, say, children that are a little bit naughty, on the naughty side, would you recommend that we talk to them, and even after talking to them, should we go to their parents, or usually their parents is not a good idea?
Do you think if the parents can do anything they already didn't try? I think it's a relationship between you and them. Did you visit them?
We have visited them.
Yeah, but you have to make personal touch.
Yeah.
Very important. If they love you and you give them something, make them interest in the class, and give them some job to do, they will look after. Today, David, I give you to take the attendance. Okay? What he can do, he will have the paper with him and watching everyone what time come. Tell him, David, next time, Daniel, you just collect the money for the poor. Or next one, Fadi, you give the, make it interesting, and the plus a lot of visiting. Nowadays, the kids, they missing love. They missing love. Honest. What happened? The parents very busy. The school very busy. They need to attract the attention. Nowadays, the kids, we feel sorry for them. They don't have any love. Parents, father and mother working all week. The school very stressful. Home now stressful. The mother coming from work 5, 6 o'clock, coming grand rush to the home to cook. The parents, they go around. The father have to do 2 jobs nowadays to survive. Where these kids can have love from? We have a big problem. I'm not talking about you. A big problem in the Coptic church for the youth. The youth, we have a lot of people who lost on the way because they can't find love in the church. They found it in the streets. Honest, you as a young people, if you cannot think about to get kids, and you're not going to have free time for them all the time, you do a wrong decision. Understand it like what you understand it. I see it myself. We have big problem. Honest. You are lucky here to see you here, but how many like you we lost it on the way? How many your youth was until you come here? We lost heaps of people until we got 10 servants. We have another big problem. The kids nowadays, they go up to year 12, and after year 12, if they're not a servant, we have coffee shop outside. Not in your church, but that's outside. I go many church and I see. We have to have something for all these people. That's why the kids, straight away, someone not in the class, he missing love, he want to attract attention, something wrong. Something wrong, definitely. And I love the naughty people rather than I love the quiet one, because the quiet, you not understand him. There's one saying very famous, Socrates, he said, someone who's very quiet, he tell him, talk so I can understand you, not to hear you. No, I understand you, because they talk, you understand, but if he quiet, you're not going to understand him. Naughty people, the most naughty kids in our church, this is the most people running the church. You remember when you go camp, when you was young, who's the most naughty people in the camp? All servants now and running the church. That's right. Any question? Thank you very much for having me today. This is the first time Sunday I attend all these 3 together.